Holy smokes, guys. The Sharks are tied for points with the Edmonton Oilers. McJesus himself is tied with the one and only San Jose Sharks, potential worst team of this century. And by the way, I don't even know this, the Sharks are on a winning streak. They got 2 wins right now. So, by the way, if you haven't been here before, welcome to On the Road. We're doing episode 2, talking about the Oilers. I drive around in my car a lot, and I want to talk some hockey. So, thanks for jumping on the journey. I appreciate it. If you want to check it out on Spotify or YouTube, I'll be uploading it to YouTube later. But if you want the first edition of it, first cut, it's going up on Spotify, so let me know what your thoughts are. Appreciate it, love you. So we're talking about the Edmonton Oilers versus San Jose game that played last night. It was on Thursday, November 9th. And the score ended up being 3-2. And Mackenzie Blackwood played out of his mind, okay? They had 40 shots on him. He saved 38 of them with a .95 save percentage and a 2.21 goal saved above expected. Now, if you're not familiar with goals saved above expected, what this means is that the analytics are saying, hey, this is a goal, this is a shot that should have gone in. This should have been a goal. We expected it to be a goal, but Mackenzie Blackwood ended up saving it, or goalie in general ended up saving it, right? So if you have a positive goal saved above expected, that means you stopped a shot that should have been a goal, but you saved it. So he had 2.21 goals saved above expected, which means he saved more than he should have, right? So technically there's 2 there, right? So he let in 2 goals, but probably should have let in 4, right? That's the idea of it. So anyways, so Mackenzie Blackwood played phenomenal. That's a great goal save above expected. By the way, if you get a 0 on goal save above expected, or around there, you played about the game you should have, right? But we always talk about how goalies steal games, and this is one that Mackenzie Blackwood definitely stole. But it is just crazy because going into this, San Jose Sharks were the worst team in the NHL and now are tied with the Edmonton Oilers. By the way, San Jose Sharks are on a winning streak, 2 games, no big deal. So it's very exciting. So you have the Sharks who are 2-10-1, emphasis on the 10, 2-10-1. By the way, Sharks are a little sensitive about 10 this season, having lost 2 times with 10 goals against the Vancouver Canucks and the Pittsburgh Penguins. So, and the Oilers are 2-9-1. So technically, in the stands, the Oilers are a little bit ahead of them because they still have 1 game in hand, because they have one game that they still need to lose to be tied with the Sharks. But overall on points, they are the same. They both have 5 points, and honestly, I can't wrap my head around this. Let me rephrase this. We kind of expected this of the Sharks. We expected a rebuild. We knew it was going to be tough. But the goal of the San Jose Sharks is, hey, pick a bunch of players on one-year contracts. Duclair, Granlund, Jan Ruda, Zadina, I think Hoffman. So get all these guys on 1-year contracts. Have them play decent and flip them at the deadline for mid-round picks, or if you can, I don't think you're going to get a first-round pick. I mean, at this rate, Mackenzie Blackwood might get you a first-round pick, genuinely, because he's just playing out of his mind. So, I like that. So anyways, so that is where it's crazy. I'm just kind of blown away. So that was the plan. Go into a rebuild, right? And we know the San Jose Sharks beat the Philadelphia Flyers, who are also going through a rebuild, playing well, but still going through a rebuild. And so you think, okay, Oilers should be a cup contender this year. Going into this year, you have McDavid, Draisaitl, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Darnell Nurse, Evan Bouchard. So you have all these, phenomenal guys. And now they did waive their goalie, Jack Campbell, for purposes of assignment in the AHL, which means they send him down there so he can get his game back. So with that, he's down there playing his game. By the way, he did let in a softie yesterday, and that is tough. Playing with the Bakersfield Concords, I believe it was. So anyways, so Edmonton Oilers were expected to be a cup contender this year, and now it is looking pretty daunting. They can bounce back and make the playoffs, but I think I heard somewhere that, I did hear somewhere that they have to, for the rest of the season, they got to be on a 103-point pace for them to make the playoffs, which is very. I mean, it's not uncommon. Let's say that it is tough, but not uncommon. And we've seen how phenomenal the Oilers can play. You have McDavid, right? He can put up goals at will, right? Like, it's just crazy to me. Like, he decided to turn it on last year and just pot 60. Like, to me, it just blew. I mean, like, or it was last year or 2 years ago, and it's just like, what are we doing? What the heck, dude? That's amazing. So with the Oilers, I just don't know what's gonna happen, because you have to make some changes, right? Holland is looking at making changes. I know, okay, so what do? Do you trade one of your big guys? No, that doesn't help you, right? Maybe you trade for some defense. You did last year. You traded for Ekholm, right? So you increase your defense there. Okay, so what do you do for goalie? And Skinner played well last year. So Skinner played well in the regular season, did not play well in the playoffs. Jack Campbell did not play well in the regular season, but played well in the playoffs. So you look at a goalie, and what we're hearing now is that the Edmonton Oilers are currently looking into picking up, drumroll please, Jordan Binnington from the St. Louis Blues. And I know the St. Louis Blues are going through a retool, but that is wild. He also has a no movement clause, so that is something that he'll have to waive to go do that, which I think Binnington will want to play with McDavid, so I wouldn't fault him. And I know he was a star, right? When St. Louis Blues won their Stanley Cup, he was the reason they did that, right? They were in last place January 1st that year. I think it was 2018, 2019, one of those two. 2019. 2018 was the Capitals. 2019, they were January 1st, 2019. They were in last place. They brought Jordan Binnington up, who was supposed to go to the ECHL, but said he refused. They brought him up to the AHL because they were like their fifth goalie at the time, and he went on just a massive heater and took him all the way to the Stanley Cup. I mean, it's just crazy. So you have a player like that, but we know he's a hothead. So you're looking to trade for a goalie, but it really feels like Ken Holland is just reaching for straws at this point. And any other GM with this team, if you had any other GM, they would, in my opinion, be fired. But because you have Ken Holland, who has won multiple Stanley Cups, I think it was 4 Stanley Cups with the Detroit Red Wings, that it gives you a little more credibility, right? Hey, you've done it before. You can find good talent. You can draft good talent, right? And he didn't really have to draft any good talent because he has McDavid. He has Draisaitl. He's already set up with a great team. He just has to surround him with good players on good deals. Not the Darnell Nurse deal. In my opinion, I think Darnell Nurse is a good defenseman, not a $9 million defenseman though. So that's neither here nor there though. And they're not going to be able to trade him because it's just too expensive and they'll have to send out a first round pick just to get rid of him. And they're not going to do that. So they're looking for a trade for a goalie. So at this point you're looking at, okay, well, you're going to trade for goalie. Cool. But is that going to solve your problems? Like, I mean, because it's not just a goalie, you need some good defense too. Like, you can, let's say your goalie puts up a shutout, you still have to score goals, right? You still have to put the pucks in the net, right? And this 3-2 loss to the San Jose Sharks is just, to me, is a little bit mind-blowing. I'm a little stressed for the Oilers. I'm like, what the heck? Because I think Ken Holland, honestly, if they miss the playoffs this year, I think Ken Holland's gone. I think he's gone. I don't know how much he changed the forward core. I think he probably changed it. I mean, they need better depth scoring, right? We all know that. Their top end scoring is great. They essentially just need their first 2 lines to be amazing scoring lines, like they have been, and their third and fourth line, they don't need any depth scoring or hardly any. Just shut down every other team. That in my opinion, that's what you just need. It's just, hey, shut down everyone. Like that would make sense to me. And then your defense, like, you have Bouchard who can put up a ton of points. You have Darnell Nurse who can put up points as well. Had a goal last night, by the way. And again, goaltending, I mean, like 16 shots, man. Or was it 16? Yeah, what I said? It was 18 shots. Sorry, 18 shots, 3 goals on Skinner. I mean, come on. And he had a .833 save percentage and a 1.28 goals saved above expected. So if you have a negative goals save above expected, it means you let in goals or you let in or you had shots that should not have gone in. right? He had one that he should have saved, but it went in. So it's, to me, I just don't know, man. I'm nervous for the Oilers, man. Like, and honestly, like, if McDavid goes and best player in NHL history, in my opinion. I know if you take for eras, like Wayne Gretzky played against some bums, right? You know, Gordie Howe played against like lawyers and accountants, so like guys who had like regular day jobs. And so McDavid to me is the best player in the world at this point. We'll see what Connor Bedard does over his career, but currently, in my opinion, it is McDavid. He is him. He is Le McJesus. So to me, if you go your whole career and McDavid doesn't get a cup, it's a disservice to hockey. Honestly, it's a disservice to hockey. And if they miss the playoffs, I could see McDavid requesting a trade. And there are already rumors of him being frustrated, of him, getting pissed off, thinking about requesting a trade. Like, so it's not, of course, these are all rumors. They come through every year, right? But to me, like, I think if Edmonton can't utilize him properly or get the right players to surround him, that's a disservice to McDavid, man. That's just tough. So to me, I don't know what's gonna happen. You're not gonna trade McDavid, clearly. You're not gonna trade Draisaitl. That's just dumb. To me, you don't trade for Jordan Binnington either, though. It would probably have to be a Jordan Binnington and Jack Campbell, because Jordan Binnington makes $6 million, Jack Campbell makes $5 million. So you have to make the cap work. So you're probably going to send over a depth piece and Jack Campbell, and probably like a second or third round pick for Jordan Binnington. So that'll make the cap work, as well as, the Blues actually get an asset back for that. So they'll probably want to prospect, or like I said, a depth player, just to make that work. But again, they need to make the salary cap work, so I can see them trading a player on the roster, which would be kind of crazy at this point. Like, it's just to me, it's wild. So anyways, let me know what your thoughts are on this. Like I said, if you're an Oilers fan, let me know, because I'm worried for you guys. If you're a Sharks fan like myself, I am so excited for you guys. I love this for you. If you can get a couple wins in your belt and just stave off the haters, you're definitely gonna have the greatest shot at picking the first overall pick with Macklin Celebrini. But I don't think you just need to stop the bleeding a little bit, right? Like, I understand the point is he's bad, but you can't be this bad. And currently on this 2-game win streak, you're off to a better start now, I guess I'd say. So, anyways, let me know what your thoughts are. Welcome to Undrafted Hockey Fan podcast. This is the On the Road episodes. If you want to hear more of these, let me know. Go to my YouTube channel, and I'll post this to my YouTube channel as well. And hit like, subscribe, and catch you soon. Love you.